was, where do you go to get somebody like that? She was like...
I think it's just this kind of oblivious, blind ambition that people have sometimes, and that it doesn't really matter how you maybe even hurt somebody else. And she just saw an opportunity and jumped on it and said, I'm going to use you. Basically said, I'm going to use you to resurrect my career.
This movie, I keep telling everybody that comes in here, after I saw it, I called a friend and it described it to her. She said, that's my life. I got to see this film.
Good.
And so many people are reacting to it like that. So like I asked the other cast, are you guys prepared now to go out there and start explaining this film? Because they're going to come up to you with stories and all kinds of stuff.
They're going to be real life shrinks
listen.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you'll have something to say. No. I'll just tell them to get out of my face.
Well, this is the first
And my character's about my me.
Exactly. That's what everybody around him is all about, me, as opposed to about Carter, who's kind of earnestly trying to make everything right. But I think this is the first generation of adult children of divorce who are adults. And since divorce became this kind of viably acceptable option in society, and so it is interesting.
It's a thing to do.
It's the thing. It was the thing. Became the thing to do, and so now we have a bunch of adults, and as my character says, the most unparented generation in history. So yeah, it will be interesting. Divorce can be a horrible thing, and kids get the brunt of it.
And everyone likes to see their story told, or hear their story told, and,
Right.
and know that they're not alone in whatever they're experiencing. Most people like that. And so it's great if this movie actually gets people talking about it and they don't feel so alone.
It affects you. Especially have you seen the film?
Yes.
Yeah, the testimonials on the end.
Yes.
with the
How did that make you feel?
Boy, that socked you in the gut, because it's like,
doesn't
this
it?
is real.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
And that's why I've always said that I'm never getting married, and I'm very, very happy about that. So I was looking through for my own. No, seriously.
Really?
I
You
could.
don't
I
trust
could,
it?
No, because it's supposed to be forever, supposedly. So I just can't do that unless I really find.
It's a
someone.
social meme that it doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
It really worked for my parents, and also my parents were of a generation where that's what you did, and you stayed together no matter what. You just were conditioned to do that. Now we have this option. Well, I can come in and leave if it doesn't work. And how does that, affect society?
Yeah, you shouldn't be made to feel like you have to get married. Or, right away I jump on it. Why, you don't trust it? But really, you shouldn't get married unless you are ready to.
I knew when I was a
unless
sophomore
you love
in
yourself
high school
already
that I
and you
wasn't
get-
going to.
Sorry?
I knew when I was a sophomore in high school I wasn't going to
Why?
because
What
I
made
grew
you
up.
decide that?
Because I kept hearing it. That was in the thing. It was
A.C.O.D.
supposed to be forever, supposedly. I'm like, if it's going to be forever, I better find the right one or right two people.
And that's impossible, really. You can't even think of it forever.
Yeah.
First of all,
That's
we
why I
don't know
don't
what's
get
going to
married.
happen tomorrow. So yeah,
But
it's
you
kinda
take a
crazy.
vow saying forever.
You
Yeah,
do.
and I
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not
a
into
lot,
cheating.
a lot of
so.
people do
Oh, yeah.
take
Yeah.
that, and wish
Well,
they had.
well, do both of you see that women take the brunt of the pressure of getting married? I mean, is that
Yeah.
still...
Oh, I think
Like to be a
parents put
bride.
pressure on a young man
Yeah.
too, don't they? When
No,
you wanna get
no,
married,
men don't
you're
get
gonna-
pressured.
Like
It's the
grandkids
woman.
and-
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to the family reunion, and the first thing they look at your ring.
Yeah.
Your finger. Oh, honey, you poor thing.
As
You.
if everyone
And you're
can
only
handle-
21 and a half. Oh, you poor thing,
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's awful. I think it's awful.
Yeah,
do.
to make anyone single feel like they're missing out, it's like bullshit. No, it's not for everyone,
Well, tell
and it
me-
shouldn't have to be.
Tell me about your character. Just kind of explain how you got off on doing that character.
I got off on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
She and Richard
It's fun
Jenkins
to
got off.
The last thing a parent should be is selfish, but we're only human, and this mother is just so selfish. Just the fact that they badmouthed, that each of these, the husband and wife, Carter's parents, have badmouthed each other all these years and tried to turn their children against the other. And I'm the one, I'm the victim, I'm the good one, I'm the good one. It's just so beyond immature and irresponsible. And in reality, it's just like the worst thing. Number one, don't badmouth your spouse when you're having troubles. So that's just people behaving badly is kind of fun, especially when they so don't think they're behaving badly. And
Feel completely
Justified,
yeah.
completely justified.
How did you react to the script when those two finally got back together? And now the son is like, we got to stop this.
Yeah.
It was kind of sad that he was so repulsed by us.
Yeah.
That's not very flattering.
Made it not way out of the
Yeah, but
Right into the car.
you
I'm glad they wouldn't
guys.
let me do my own drive. I wanted to drive past him. They go, no, you might hurt Adam.
Oh, really?
Well,
No, I can do it. I can do it.
Well, you know, there's a scene in there where your ex-husband says if she comes to the wedding, I'll get a restraining order, and I almost fell out
I'll
about
kick her in
that.
the balls.
Yeah. I kick her in the ball.
And then you guys get back together, and then you can't pry you apart. I mean,
Yeah, they're awful people.
yeah. What's
Come on.
when you
Yeah,
read
but
that?
we have seen that in real life
Yes.
situations too, and I'm not surprised for it because I'm like,
The anger turns into
Yeah.
a sexual attraction.
Well,
Yeah.
you know-
Maybe that was our thing. We were always sexually, we were
probably had
always
great
good. We
sex.
just can't last in a room
Right,
together.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
Well, you know, there is this saying that the greater the anger, the more powerful the love.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, everything has a reciprocal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, right, of
the
course.
longer someone is mad at you, that means they have that much affinity for
Oh
you.
yeah, you're,
'Cause
you
it
don't
takes
have
a-
to care. You have to
Right,
care to
it,
get
it,
mad.
it takes a lot of
Yeah.
affinity to get angry.
That's true. That's true.
So, wow.
So we really care about each other.
Right.
But still, after 20 years, oh, what about him? What about her?
In a room full of critics, hearing them laugh out loud is a really good sign.
Oh, that's
did
great.
that happen?
And that happened
Yeah.
in
Good.
this film. Yeah.
Really?
So
Good.
did
Thanks.
you did you
that's
sense
great.
that like at the first roundtable reading that this was going to be like
I
a
don't know
great
that we
film?
had a first round table reading.
No, it's
Did
just
we?
funny to read.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is just when I read it the first time, really. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
me
got
too.
great
Yeah.
stuff in it. It really does.
Yeah.
And it's real because it comes from their lives, from Stu's and Ben's lives. You know, so it is real. It's all based on real pain.
well, you know what I was
Real
trying to figure
horror.
out too was you two are so good at just being improv that I was like, okay, when are they really going to improv? Because I could just tell everything was probably written on the paper
Yeah.
because he's such a great writer.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So how challenging was that? Even though was there one take for you, and then what was on the paper?
It was basically what was on the paper. I mean, I worked mostly with, and exclusively with Adam, and as I recall, we were very much scripted. We might have shifted things here. No, we added some stuff. Yeah, we added some stuff. Yeah, we did, but we
Yeah.
didn't change the meaning of the scene or anything like that. But we definitely put our little stamp on it. Yes.
And only because you're starting with great dialogue, so
Yeah.
sometimes you go, oh, what else? You
Yeah,
know,
right,
we also
exactly.
did this.
I
Only
had-
because that's great. Not
I had
because
no
we would get
intention
rid
of
it.
doing that. That just kind
Yeah.
of came out of doing it. But we were because I thought it was very well written.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun.
And
When-
Stu's really loose. Sorry, Stu's really loose, and you know, Adam is, and Richard Jenkins. You know, they're all full of great ideas. So, you know, it's all around what's written, and then you know, you kind of brainstorm. Not intentionally, you're just like laughing about what these people are going through and the horror of this moment, and sometimes other ideas. And Stu go, yeah, add that, do that, whatever. But
You know what I love about your character?
Tell me
She's
again and again, please.
yeah, she's physical. So you're the type of character that can get an emotion, whether it's anger or laughter, just your facial expressions, the way you were doing your body and the way you take your chair and you shift some things out of the way.
Oh,
And that
that's
says
great.
a whole lot because a lot
great.
of actors don't do that. So
Yeah, I watch
is that
myself
part of
next
your
time.
is that part of your
I think
personality?
I know what you're talking about at the moment when Adam comes to my house and it's a frickin'
Yeah.
mess.
Yeah.
And,
well, it's like
and-
quickly cleaning up.
yeah, kind of cleaning up, but like cleaning up like this. You know, nothing really, just throwing shit onto the floor and stuff. Thank you for noticing that. Yes.
That's great.
That did feel fun to do.
It just felt so natural when you did that. And I'm like, is she acting or is that really her?
I was
acting.
transformed into a person. Yes.
Did you guys get into any fun adventures as a cast? I know you were at that lake house by the lake. I heard you were staying
They
in
were. I wasn't.
Motel
Oh, you
6.
get to be there.
Margaritas, I think.
Were there?